Hello, Big Show nerds! As you can see, I am not here. Thank you for watching, though, and hopefully these images that go across your screen will be enough to get you through this episode of Nerd News Headlines. I am Dustin, and these are the headlines for June 28th, 2019. Let's kick things off in TV news, and the first thing we've got is a little bit more of a teaser from the official Instagram page for the new HBO Watchmen series. It looks like they're going to be introducing another vigilante, or some sort of police officer. I don't know. Go check it out. It's really interesting and definitely has me much more interested in this new show. Next on our list, we have a report from Variety that Sony is apparently trying to capitalize on their Final Fantasy hype. Following up with the Final Fantasy VII remake, apparently they're going to be exploring a live-action Final Fantasy series. This new series is going to be based in the world of Eorzea. I apologize to all of you Final Fantasy fans for mispronouncing that, but that's about as good as I can make it. This is the world, for those that don't know, that was created for Final Fantasy XIV. So maybe not the Final Fantasy VII hype, but still, the hype train for Final Fantasy is rolling hard. And then our last piece of TV news is actually kind of a hybrid piece. It has to do with Myst. For those of you not old enough to know, Myst was a game from the 90s on the PC that was really a whole lot of text and some really beautiful imagery that was kind of a puzzle game, but it was really interesting and confusing and a lot of fun to play, but not by today's gaming standards. Well, Village Roadshow has apparently bought the rights to this 90s gem, using that term a little loosely. They have bought the rights to make it into either a TV show or a movie, or both. And then you have to ask yourself one question. Is this really a thing that we need? Or is this just going to be another sad attempt by Hollywood to capitalize on video game hype? Now let's kick it over to movies news, and in movies for this episode, we have another really interesting potential casting announcement for the Eternals. First of all, Angelina Jolie still has not completed her contract, so she is not officially cast in the movie just yet, but it seems that now Selma Hayek is in talks to join the potential casting of Angelina Jolie, and the possible, but maybe not really, casting of Keanu Reeves as well. Curiouser and curiouser is the casting for this Eternals movie. And then a very interesting subversion of expectations in this next piece of news. Enola Holmes is being made into a movie. And if you don't know that name, I don't blame you. She is not quite as popular as her older brother, Sherlock Holmes. That's right, they're making a movie about the younger sister of Sherlock Holmes. Enola is to be played by Millie Bobby Brown. Sherlock is also going to be played by Henry Cavill. And their mother is going to apparently be played by Helena Bonham Carter. This, based on nothing but the star power, seems like it is going to push box office numbers, even if the story leaves something to be desired. Next up is a confirmation from Mr. Noah Hawley that yes, in fact, his Doctor Doom movie is still apparently on the table, according to an interview he did with The Hollywood Reporter. For those that don't know, Noah Hawley is the guy who is giving us the Legion series on FX right now, and if anyone is to do a Doctor Doom movie, my vote goes for Noah. Our next piece of movie news is about another horror movie. Horror aficionados will know this as one of the greatest horror movies that normies have never seen. Bloody Disgusting has word that production company Full Moon is remaking Castle Freak. For those uninitiated, Castle Freak was a 1995 horror movie directed by Stuart Gordon that was loosely based on The Outsider by H.P. Lovecraft. It didn't get released to movie theaters back in the day. However, with this new horror revival we're getting now, that could very well change with this remake. Though, the casting seems to hint at maybe the opposite is true. And then our final piece of news for this episode, nerds, has to do with Matt Reeves' Batman movie. This is a giant rumor, so rumor hats at the ready. Andy Serkis is reported to be in talks for a role in this new Batman movie. And no, according to the rumor, he isn't up for a motion capture part. He is up to be in as a live-action character. So all of the speculation should not be that he's going to be playing Clayface, or some sort of giant Hulk-sized Bane, or even Killer Croc, which leaves plenty of other rogues from the gallery for him to play. And that, Big Show nerds, is the end of today's episode. What did I miss? Let's have that conversation down in the comments. But if you want a more in-depth conversation on these nerdy bits, plus much, much more nerdy entertainment, then you can join me on my personal YouTube channel, Generally Nerdy. Don't forget, though, while you're here, to like, subscribe, and share on all of the Big Show Entertainment media platforms, and tune in next time for all that is happening across the nerd world.